we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh, yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With it and bringing life to the dream. Yeah, so we, yeah, rooted and savvy, and she's so, yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have. Dr. OJ, keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear. You have the positivity. Dr. OJ, keep on speaking for us. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. Ooh, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. OJ is speaking for us.
Welcome to my live. Welcome, wonderful Wednesday evening to all you wonderful people out there in these social streets. It's been a very, very wonderful week. Hello, everybody. Welcome, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Super excited. It's another omnipresent night tonight. And today I am super excited to be coming live to you, especially because I have someone in the studio with me. He is refusing to show his face. But the reason I have him here with me is very, very simple. I'm going to share a message with you. I have 3 children. Yeah, you all know that. Everybody in social media land knows that. If you don't know that by now, where have you been? Jokes apart. So I have 3 kids, but I have each of them very unique and very special in their own way. And as I'm aware that a lot of us parents definitely identify the uniqueness of all of our children. And for those who have just one, yes, you understand how special that one superhuman is. And for those who don't have any and who really desire to have these wonderful gifts, I pray, oh my God, I pray sincerely from the bottom of my heart that God will bless you so much with the fruit of the womb, because it is a blessing to be a mother. It is a blessing to be a father. It is a blessing to be a parent. And I'm sure you guys are wondering, okay, what's up tonight, Dr. OJ? We know you're a mom. Why are you going all, I don't know. But let me tell you this. The past couple of weeks have been very, very, very challenging for me. I'm not going to go into details because that's not why we're here. We don't glorify issues. We don't glorify problems. We don't glorify challenges, but we share our story so we can encourage other people. And that is why it's important for you guys, every single one of you, to fight hard every single day to overcome. Because one of the biggest battles that I've learned that we have to fight is here. We have to fight in the battle of the mind. Once you overcome your mind and you master that little ecosystem up there, or wherever you want to use, some people use their mind down here. But when you overcome the battle of the mind, I tell you, every other battle seems just like, it just seems irrelevant at the, after the fact. So the past couple of weeks have been quite challenging for me. And on one of these very challenging days, I was just going through my phone. I'm always on my phone. That's my office. That's why I carry out a lot of my daily business practices, of course, on the computer. And I ran into a video content. Okay, I ran into a video content, and you guys are wondering what is special about a video content. Why is she so excited? Hi, Miss Tracy. Welcome to the live. Thanks for joining me tonight. And I ran into a video content. It was on another phone. I use that spare phone for broadcasting. Like right now, I'm live on 6 social media. No, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 social media platforms. And I have several different devices running at the same time. So I have this other phone that I've used, and I keep it around to use it for broadcasts such as this. And I opened it up and I looked, and there was this video that just popped up. And it was a video of my last boy, P3. I call him P3. I call them P1, P2, P3. And it was P3. And I was looking, I was like, when did P3 take a video on my phone? And I was shocked. And I scrolled through and I saw a few clips. It was like 20-second, 30-second. I think one of the longest one was like 2 minutes. And I'm like, huh, what is happening here? So I sat down and they had gone to school. School is back in session. Thank God, Dr. Reed. Oh my God, you are an angel. So I looked at it and I saw the video and I realized that it was my son. He had taken my phone, one of the phones, and he took it to the back of the house and he put it in position and he was filming himself. Now, what was he doing while he was filming himself? You guys are wondering, like, okay, where's this story going? He was filming himself doing jump ropes. And you're wondering, like, why is that important? You're gonna get it in a minute. So, I always try to get my kids active. I always try to get them into health and wellness. I always try to incorporate it as a family practice. So while we were doing that, one of the things I realized is there were several different activities that we had tried out, but it felt very exhausting for the boys. Like they just didn't like it. They couldn't keep up with it. So when I discovered jump ropes for myself, I realized, this might be something that they would like to do. So I started to introduce them one at a time. Okay, let's skip, let's jump rope, let's do this, let's do that. And, of course, initially when you start doing the jump rope activity, for any one of you active, fit moms, fit dads, individuals out there who do skip ropes, you know that you don't get that speed up right away. Like you don't get your pacing, you don't get your rhythm right away. You like jump and then you're skipping and you're falling and you feel like you're going to, kind of topple over. And I kept encouraging my son. I said, hey, look, I know that it's not easy, but I want you to keep at it because guess what? You're going to start with one, and then you're going to do two, and then you're probably going to do three at the same time. And eventually you're going to do 5 and 10 and 20. And I was sort of like just making it very, very smart and attainable, very simple goals, small goals. He's 8 years old. He's going to be 9. So I didn't want to overwhelm him, especially being that I had mastered my own and I was going 20, 30, 40, 50 at a time. And that was like the second day we had started doing this activity. And I left him alone. And all of a sudden, he picked up the skip rope and he went outside and he was trying to get his rhythm. And I looked at the video and the video was showing, I heard him talking to himself like, I'm going to do 5. I'm going to do 5 straight ones now. And he will put the camera down. He will start recording and he will go. And then maybe if he kind of toppled a little bit or staggered a little bit, then he would stop and then he will come back and start over. And that was why I had several 20-second videos on my phone. And I kept looking at every single clip. And that was in the afternoon. And I was like, so this child stayed out there by himself. He was not instigated by me or anybody to go out there to do anything. And he kept encouraging himself. And as soon as he hit his goal of 5, he said, now I'm going to do 20. And then he tried to do 20. And a few times he kind of stumbled a little bit. And then he got to 20, was like, I got to 20. Now, can you, and you could tell every single milestone that he hit. He was so excited and he was celebrating himself. There was nobody there to tell him, well done, you go, champ, you got this, boy, you can do it. Nobody was there. He was literally encouraging himself and setting the goal. As he hit the goal, he was moving the goal farther out. He didn't stop. And guess what, guys? I can honestly tell you that as of today, this kid is doing 50 to 100 skips without flinching. Like he's going fast, he's doing this, he's doing everything. And I'm like, oh my God, my honey, this is amazing. But when I saw that video, it just made me feel like I started to cry by myself alone. And I was like, how did this 8-year-old figure out a way to encourage himself, to inspire himself, to motivate himself, to get himself to push beyond the limits of what it was that he knew that he could do at the time? But he didn't give up. He didn't stop there. Even when he stumbled, even when he failed a little bit, even when he didn't hit the 20 at once, he made sure that he hit the 20. There was a time during the video, I wasn't aware he was filming himself. I opened the door of the back of the house and I said, hey, and I heard my voice. So I knew, I was like, when did I, And I heard myself tell him, "Hey, Princeton, come in. It's so hot because summer has been crazy in Texas." And I said, "Princeton, come inside. It's too hot." He's like, "Oh, mommy." I said, "No, no, no. It's too hot outside. What are you doing there? Come inside." I was like, "Mom, just one more video, and I'm gonna one more lap or something like that, and I'll come in." I was like, "Okay." And I shut the door. I was none the wiser. I had no idea that he was filming himself, and I had no idea that I just got into his footage, right? But now I have the footage on my phone. And I was like, oh my goodness. Someday I'm going to play that video to a big crowd of people. Someday I'm going to share this story again to a bigger crowd of people to encourage them. The story of an 8-year-old boy that refused to give up on himself. He made himself learn a new skill, and he pushed himself beyond his limits in the heat, in Texas heat, to try to master something that he wasn't getting paid for. He wasn't getting any reward for. I wasn't going to give him ice cream afterwards. I wasn't going to buy him Chick-fil-A, which he loves, afterwards. He just wanted to do it for himself. So, guys, tonight I share that story of my 8-year-old son with you. And you're wondering why. I'm sharing that story with you to encourage you and to challenge you at the same time, and to challenge myself too. A lot of times as adults, we set goals for ourselves. And while we're setting the goals, it seems like a very, very beautiful idea. It seems like a very amazing plan. It seems really good. And then when we start to do the work, because you got to do the work, you're not going to set a goal and not do the work. The Bible says faith without works is dead. It's one thing for you to say, oh, I want to be on national TV, like I've always said to myself. And I put it out there in the universe again tonight. But then my lives that I've committed to doing every Wednesday, I can't even show up for it. I can't even put it together properly. I can't even prepare for that. So how do I expect the universe, God, and opportunities to come my way on a bigger stage if I haven't even managed the little stage I have right now? If I haven't even managed the little commitment that I've made to myself now? If I make excuses every day, every time, and tell myself, oh, I don't feel like doing it today, I'm not in a good mood. Oh, this happened today, and this and this and this, and I keep copying out of things. How many of us have found ourselves in that situation? I'm going to raise my hands. In fact, I'm going to raise both hands. I have found myself in that situation where I decided to make an excuse for a commitment that I made to myself just because I felt nobody's paying me for this. Nobody's going to challenge me otherwise if I decide not to do it anymore. Nobody is going to do anything to me if I decide to just let it go and just let it fall and let the cards or the chips fall where they may, or whatever happens, whatever will be, will be. How many of us have found ourselves in that place? If you've ever found yourself in that place, the story of this little 8-year-old boy should challenge you tonight. This is a child, guys. This is a little kid who is none the wiser about the realities of life, the world that we live in. But he sort of did something that proves to me that the human spirit has the ability to push beyond normal limits. And he actually gave an example for me to say, hey, if I am 8-year-old and I decide that I'm going to do something and I'm doing it, why would I as an adult have an excuse not to do what I set out to do for myself? He set the goal, he reached the goal, he surpassed the goal, he set another goal, he reached the goal, he surpassed the goal. And he kept doing it, and he kept doing it, and now he has mastered that one skill, and nobody can take it away from him. And he did it without mommy's pushing, prodding, or encouragement. He didn't need me to come out there to tell him. Of course, I would have gladly done it, but I'm glad that he did it without me. And he challenged me as a mom, because I said earlier on, I said the past couple of weeks have been very, very stressful for me. But no matter how stressful it got, when I came across this video, I realized I'm like, okay, I need to keep going forward. I need to keep moving forward. I need to keep pushing. I can't afford to stop. If my 8-year-old son went ahead and did the things that he needed to do without my encouragement, or without my say-so, or without my supervision, or whatever it is that kids need parents to do for them, he did everything on his own. If I did not come across that footage on my phone, I would never have known that this kid did all of that. And it was so amazing for me to watch that. And I really hope that that story encourages you guys tonight to understand that no matter how tough life gets, no matter how difficult it gets, the reality of the matter is you have everything within yourself to overcome. You have everything within yourself to push beyond the limits of what you think is going to hold you back. You have the opportunity to show yourself that you have what it takes to overcome, succeed, thrive, and just really just blow everything out the water. So please, honestly, that's why I just wanted to share that video story tonight. My message tonight was going to be focused on creativity, but when I turned on the mic and I came on live, I was like, oh, I'm going to share Princeton's story. P3's story is a really good story, and it's really good for a lot of us adults to learn, because I learn from my kids all the time. I learn from them all the time. They challenge me, they push me. They are the reasons why I do a lot of the things that I do beyond myself. Of course, I want to achieve greatness for myself. But when I look behind and I say, oh, I have these 3 soldiers, I have these 3 human beings here who are depending on me, who really need to see me do well. Oh my goodness. I just keep going. I don't stop. I can't stop. But whatever your why is, whatever your reason is for doing what you're doing, honestly, no matter how hard it gets, like I told you, the past couple of weeks have been tough, but I gained a lot of strength from my son, from this little boy right here. And this evening I told him, I said, Princeton, will you sit with me in the studio while I do my live? He said, why, Mom? That's your live. I said, I know. I need you here. I want your energy in this space. And he's sitting right there. It's like, what is she talking about? Like, this man is just talking about me to everyone in the world. And I don't even know what she's talking about. But guys, listen, that's all about my son. But I hope that story encourages you. If you missed it, hello, everybody joining Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Welcome, everybody. Mr. Adeda Olumide, how are you, sir? Good evening. Empower. I cannot pronounce that name. I am so sorry. Thank you, guys. J5, thanks for the follow. Alice Sufi. Oh, some names on this TikTok are very weird, but thank you guys for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for coming on my live tonight. All right. So tonight's episode is just me. So I just talked about my son. I talked about his wonderful, inspirational story of pushing himself and doing what he needed to do to achieve his goals. But what I really had for you guys is talking about creation as opposed to competition, focusing on your creativity as opposed to your competition. I'm going to be right back with that message. Let's go on a quick commercial break, and I will be back to talk to you about creativity as opposed to competition. All right, let's go. Let's go to our commercial break real quick. My name is Dr. Oyikosola Jinadu. I'm a beauty professional, med spa operator, franchise owner, and director of education at HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. As a mother of 3 boys and immigrant business owner, it is important for me to have a steady and sustainable source of income that transcends economic, government, or public health uncertainties and instability like the global pandemic we are still recovering from. That is why HD Pro Global has created multiple systems that allows my team and I to train, educate, certify, and establish independent med spa operators like us all over the globe. For more information, check out our website to attend a free webinar to get started on your path to continuous success, no matter what is going on in your part of the world. I cannot wait to meet you. Thank you. All right, guys, welcome back, guys. Yes, we cannot wait to meet you. HD Pro Global is our sponsor for tonight's episode. So if you guys want to learn more about everything that they do, which is what I do, my team does, we offer services, we offer training and certification. We have a beautiful business in a box system that allows you to start your own independent med spa with our blueprint. We get you the training, we get you the certification, we get your team ready, and we also help you put your systems in place. We help you create the infrastructure that we have within our organization to allow you to run your business smoothly. So if that's something that floats your boat, go to our page in TikTok. There's a link in the bio. Instagram, there's a link in the bio as well. But for those of you on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you can go to hdproglobal.com for more information. Book a free consultation or book a paid consultation. Each of those consultation levels offers different types of value. So it just depends on what you need. But most importantly is we got you. We have you covered when it comes to the medical aesthetic space. And of course, coming soon, our healthcare trainings will also be joining the roll call in a couple of months as we get through the accreditation process. So guys, definitely check out HD Pro Global for all things medical aesthetics, spa services, training certification, and launching your own business. Yes, this is Dr. OJ, the Med Spa professor. So let's get back to the topic of tonight. Tonight's episode, I just want to talk about focusing on your creativity as opposed to competition. So, when we talk about business and the marketplace, a lot of us have the mindset of, we're competing. When you put a business plan together, I don't know who's ever had a business plan written. When you put a business plan together, one of the parts of the business plan, when you go after your executive summary and all that, I've done a couple of those business plans. So it's kind of like in my head, because I actually teach business plan writing with my Beauty of Business Masterclass that I teach to my students. That's one of the things that we cover a lot, helping them develop their business plan as we go through the business masterclass for medical aesthetics. So any startup business is not just for medical aesthetics, every startup business. So you have your SWOT analysis. That is your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and things like that. So when you're doing that, businesses in the marketplace, there's this mindset of we are competing against each other. Like you and another person, you are in competition. You always have to know what your competition is doing. You always have to be aware of how to stay ahead of the competition. That's one of the things, I guess that's business 101, right? However, I'm learning a new school of thought, a new philosophy that talks about focusing on your creativity, focusing on what it is that you bring to the marketplace, what makes you uniquely special, what allows you to stand out, what is that one thing that you bring to the marketplace that whether you have a million competition, here's a fact that I've learned. Nobody, not one of them, can ever present your goods. That's whatever it is you're selling. So we have 100 people selling cars. We have 100 people selling this beautiful hair that I'm wearing. The person who made this hair, she is the only one that could have made it the way she made it for me. She's the only one that could have presented it the way she presented it to me, because there is not two of her. There is only one of her. And the same way it is like what I'm doing in the medical aesthetic space, there's so many med spas in Dallas. There's so many med spas in Texas. There's so many schools in Dallas, and there's so many schools in Texas. But am I going to say because there's so many schools, now I'm getting ready to open up my own school? Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, let's not bother opening the school. Or there are so many schools already. There's one school in Duncanville that is doing what we're doing. There's another school in Cedar Hill that is doing what we're doing. How do you think we want to get in that space? Am I going to go into it with that mindset? If I go into the marketplace with the mindset of one person is doing this, another person is doing that, I'm already negating the success that I could have. I'm already telling the universe that I don't deserve to have whatever it is that God has for me, that I'm not positioned to handle the success that I'm supposed to handle. But beyond the success, guys, let's talk about the value. Let's talk about the people that we are called to serve. Do you think, okay, right now I'm on this life. I have been doing this life for a while. Like, okay, not for a while. Let's just be real. I started my Wednesday lives in 2022. However, I've had my YouTube show and my podcast. This is the second year. I've been doing my talks and my speeches. I've been training. I've been teaching. I've been publicly speaking on stages all over the world, at least in the countries that I've gone to. So that can qualify all over the world. For those of you saying which all over the world, yes, it's all over the world to me, because guess what? That is my vision. That is my future that I'm speaking into reality. I have been speaking and doing this for a while. But Will I tell you now that all of a sudden, oh, everybody's now doing this, everybody's now doing that. All of a sudden, doctor, oh, you need to stop doing what you're doing. You need to stop showing up for yourself. Nobody cares to hear you because there's so many people to be heard from. There's so many thought leaders. There's so many speakers. And then I now disqualify myself just because I feel other humans are doing what I'm doing. I would never do that. I know there's times where we struggle with what we call imposter syndrome. These are things that I've struggled with, where I felt like, ooh, they're better than me. Ooh, they look, oh my God, they sound so much. Oh my God, why does my voice sound like that? Oh, this and that. And I make all these excuses, right? That's what we call the imposter syndrome. Everybody struggles with it from time to time. But the reality is you have to learn to overcome any type of obstacle that will stand in your way, because your life is absolutely worth living. Your vision, your destiny. I don't know, well, if some of you don't believe in destiny, but I would say the vision, the goals that you've set for yourself, it is worth fighting for. It is worth it. It matters that you are successful. It matters that you do well, because guess what? If you take for granted the fact that you're not going to do well, if you take for granted the fact that you're doing whatever you're doing for yourself, remember this, that whatever it is that you have set out to do, it does not just impact you. There's people that you're going to serve with your business. There's people that you're going to bless with your business, your gifts, your talents, your treasures, everything you're doing. There are people that are going to receive the blessing from what you're doing. So if you decide that you're not going to do it, those people, you're going to rob them of their blessing. You're going to rob the customers that could have been enjoying the privilege of working with you from that. You're going to take your value proposition away from the marketplace, and then you're going to leave a gap. It's like you think that there's no gap. There is really a gap, because every single human being, whether you're in business for yourself, or you are working with a corporation, or you're working with a local business, or you're just part of an entity, you're part of a group, every single person has a lot of value to add. Hello, Mr. Idowolushola. How are you, sir? Every single person has a lot of value to add to the people around them, whether it's to your family members. I mean, at least that's the least you can do, right? You can at least make your value worth it within that family space, or to your community. Let's take it a little step further, or to your city, or to your country, or to the planet, wherever you feel like you can be represented. Even when we talk about social media, right? We talk about social media. A lot of us have a platform, and a lot of us have something very valuable that we can add to put a smile on somebody's face. I do some videos sometimes, as in I had a meeting with my team on Sunday, and my publicist was like, well, Dr. O, I know you like to talk. I know you like to teach people, but people want to see more fun of you. I said, fun. I said, I'm very fun. I like to do fun stuff. Sometimes I dance, but I don't want to be dancing all the time. Sometimes I sing. I don't want to be singing all the time. They're like, yeah, that's what they like to see. I'm like, that's what they like to see. I said, you're right. Those videos where I'm just goofing off and being silly, it really, really connects with people. But I just feel like there's so much more to me than all that. But that's just a side note. I'm just trying to tell you that however you want to show up in the world, be intentional about it. Understand that you're showing up every single day, creating, creativity. Focus on your creation, not your competition. It doesn't matter who is doing like as exactly what you're doing. You see, I used all those adjectives and those adverbs and everything. It doesn't matter. You do matter in the grand scheme of things. What you have to offer matters. So when you focus on your creativity, it allows you to bring forth more value to the marketplace. You see, when I realize that my energy, my space just gets polluted when I start worrying about things that are not working so well. And then I look at other people and I say, oh, how is it that everything is working well for them? Oh, how are they doing this now? How come I can't figure this out? Oh my God, I'm always in such a bad mental state. But when I pick myself up and I zone in and I'm like, oh wow, I have a message. I have something that I want to share today. I have something on my heart. And I plug my mind into my own space. Like I just go within myself and say, okay, what are we putting in the wall today? What are we posting on social media today? What am I going to talk about on my podcast this week? What am I going to record for my YouTube channel this month? What are the programming? What are the topics? I will start to see the original things come out of me. And then I start to enjoy the process of creating all of the value that I have to bring to the marketplace. And then more ideas begin to flow for me. And that is what creativity allows you to do. When you shift your focus within yourself, you are a creative being. Why would you assume that God created the heavens and the earth and He put you in here? He said, let us make man in our image. So if you are made in God's image, do you assume that you're not going to be like Him? Do you assume that you're just going to come to this earth and you're going to be different from what God is? God creates. When we pray to God, we're asking Him to create opportunities for us. So in the same vein, He's asking you to also create for yourself. Because when you make those prayers to God and ask for this and ask for that, the next thing He's looking at you is, okay, how are we going to answer this prayer? Because if you're asking God for money and you don't have any skill to offer, you don't have any value proposition in it to exchange for those gifts or to exchange for the money you're asking, so how is the money going to come? Money, they say, comes, at least as far as I know, money comes from only one source, another from humans. That's where money comes from. It doesn't drop from heaven. There's no trees that plant money. I don't know why. Maybe some of you have trees in your backyard. Maybe you can share your address and your location. Let me come and get some dollars, some money. But money comes from one source, human beings. And if you're not thinking of creating original content, creating value with your gifts, joining a company and just being able to serve and do your best to make that company grow, how are you going to get the money that you want? How are you going to live the lifestyle that you want? Granted, sometimes it takes a while when you're building a business, when you're trying to work on a goal, when you're trying to set things up. It takes a while. Sometimes it gets really, really hard. I'm not disputing that fact. But don't ever give up on yourself and say that you don't matter, or don't ever look at it like the only reason you're not doing well is because somebody else is already doing everything you're doing. The only reason you're not getting customers is because all the customers are going to another person. The only reason you don't have money is because some people have taken all the money and they've shared it, and the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and the government is not doing anything to correct this mishap. No, the government doesn't have to do anything. All the money is not gone to one person. There is no few people that have all the money. Your own money is where it is, and it is waiting for you to get it. Your own wealth is where it is, and it is waiting for you to get it. Your own riches, your success, everything you can think about in this life. If you desire to have whatever it is, I don't even want to mention, but whatever you desire to have is waiting for you to create it. It's not waiting for you to take it from somebody else. If you're waiting that you're going to get someone else's money so that you can be wealthy and rich, please, that is a bad idea. If you're waiting that you're going to swindle somebody, you're going to pull one over, you're going to try to rob people of their hard-earned money, and you're going to try to pull one over and tell them you're smarter than them, that is something that never ends well. You might get it in the short term, but in the long term, you're never going to end well. It will not end well for you. The best thing that you can get out of this life is focusing on your creative ability as a God kind of person, to create the opportunities that you need, to create the money, to create the wealth. The Bible says God gives us power to get wealth. He doesn't say that, that we're going to take it from somebody else. We have the ability to create whatever we want. And trust me, everything that I'm telling you guys, I'm also learning to do for myself. And I always make a point to share this with you, that when I come on here and I talk about all of these things, they can be they can seem very out of this space. Like, what is she talking about? But honestly, these are things that I am learning every single day. And as I learn, as I get better, as I develop myself, I love to come out here and share with you guys so everyone around me can be better. I believe that we all go further faster together. If we're all learning together, we're all growing together. And that's why I always bring amazing content to my community, because I know that I have my community, I have my people, I have Carry Me, I have Ido Wolushola, I have all these wonderful people on here tonight. I have all my folks on Instagram tonight: Dr. Benita Reed, John Greer, Billion Dollar Lashes, Tracy. I have Boomia. Oh, I have MT Levin, 4180. Oh, wow, I missed that. Sorry. I have CCV Creative. I have so many wonderful people within my community. I have folks on Facebook watching me right now. I can't see them yet because I'm kind of broadcasting from the studio directly to them, but I know they're there, they're watching. I have my folks on YouTube, I have my folks on LinkedIn. So, guys, listen, everybody has somebody. As long as you are in the marketplace, as long as you are in this world to bring value, there is always going to be someone who recognizes that and is willing to exchange some currency with you. And currency comes in many ways, guys. It's not always like money currency. Money currency is good, but that's not the only type of currency. Let me break it down for you guys. Currency comes in so many ways. So many people come with currency. There is money currency, there is relationship currency, which for me, oh my God, relationship currency, that is the best and the highest form of value that anyone could ever give me. When they look at me, they find some value in me and they want to be in my presence. Hey, Tom Challen, how are you, sir? They find some way to want to be in my presence. They want to be in my space and they want to share that space with me. That is the highest form of currency. So when you put your value proposition on the marketplace, you're not always going to get money back. You're going to get so much more than money. When people decide to give you digital currency, they want to follow you, they want to like your content. That is currency. Appreciate it. But let us focus on creativity as opposed to competition. Because if you're focusing on your creativity, that is you focusing on the God nature within you. Because God is a creative being and He created us, put us here, and says, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. What did you guys think He meant when He said replenish the earth? Did you think He meant just give birth to children? Because I know a lot of us will say, oh, yes, God said we should be fruitful and we should be multiplying and we should replenish the earth and we should populate the earth's surface with so many children that the earth is so full. Okay, that's good. I like that. I got 3 of my own, so I did my part of replenishing. But there's other ways that we replenish the earth as people, as humans, as children of God. We replenish the earth by creating from our gifts, from our talents, from our treasures, by creating opportunities for others to thrive, by creating content to bring joy, laughter, peace, whatever it is, light and love to the lives of other people, creating solutions to problems. Look at somebody created the technology of the internet, and we are all over the world, the global village, benefiting from that creativity. We have cars. We have so many things that other humans have created. And guess what? They are still creating. Do you know how many apps are on the App Store? When you look at Apple and Google, go to the Play Store, go to Apple, iTunes. There are millions of apps. But every single day, somebody comes up with an idea and they feel like, I need to make an app. This app is going to solve this problem. Boom! Another app is on the market. What are we going to say? There are people who will jump on that app, download the app, use the app, because there is always room for everybody to bring something amazing that connects to their DNA, that brings it to the world. There is always room for everybody to bring that one thing that they have to the table to serve the world. There is always one thing that we need to bring to the table. So don't ever undermine your creativity. Don't ever look at it like someone else is doing this, someone else is doing that. There's competition on the market. There is no opportunity. No, there's always opportunity. Opportunity is always there. And I choose to encourage you guys tonight to say, focus on your creativity and watch the opportunities begin to come around to you. Focus on your creativity and watch the opportunities begin to knock on your door. For me, I have so many gifts and abilities. And I was I was on the phone with a friend of mine this afternoon, and he was like, Doctor, oh, what's going on? I said, my friend, my brother, this is what I'm doing. Oh, I need you to send me referrals for this. Doctor, oh, you do that too? I said, yes, so I do it. Oh, so please let me send you my resume. Let me send you my stuff. Because guess what? Everything that I know how to do, I am trying to monetize that thing. I am trying to make it work for me. I am trying to be a blessing to the world with it. I don't want to hide anything. I want everybody to know everything that I do. So that way, if you need my services, if you need me, you know where to find me. Because there is opportunity. So why will I rub myself and say, oh, there's so many people doing that. I know how to do that, but let me leave it for them. No, we're going to do everything together. As long as I'm able to manage myself, as long as God allows me in this physical body to express it, to be able to bless my life and bless my children and bless my family and bless my world and bless my team. Do you know how many people that are waiting for me every month to say, hey, doctor, have you sent payments yet? So guess what? I have to do all I can to ensure that all of the people that God has given me, they are blessed by me. It is my responsibility. And the more I bless them, the more the opportunity comes for me to continue to be a blessing. And guess what? I don't just want it to be these few people. They're just so right now there are plenty, but they're few. Because I'm looking to bless so many more people. I'm looking for what I do, the gift that I carry, to be a blessing to so many households. I want hundreds of thousands of people to wake up every day and say, I have food to eat today because I'm a part of Dr. O's vision. I'm able to pay my way through life because I'm a part of Dr. O's vision. I want that kind of testament. I want to, when I'm old and gray and I die and I live, and people will say, oh my God, the only reason this happened for me was because I was a part of Dr. O's vision. Because I was a part of Dr. O's vision. Don't you want that to be your testimony? And if you don't even want to serve hundreds of thousands or millions of people, that is fine. Not everybody's as crazy as me. But you have to be willing to use your creativity to serve somebody, at least one person. Start from there. And let the increase come from your service. All right, guys, we are long gone into tonight's episode of Live with Dr. OJ. Tonight, we talked about two things. I shared the story of my son, who is a self-starter and who just did something so amazing to really encourage me as his mom. An 8-year-old really pushing themselves beyond their limits to say, you know what? No matter how difficult your days, your weeks, your months are, you always have a better day tomorrow. You can always look forward to a better day tomorrow. And if you can't find encouragement around you, sometimes you will find it in the most unusual places. And that was what I found when I ran into my son's video that he went and photobombed into my phone without my permission, which is now a blessing to me because I know that video is going to bless so many more lives because I intend to use it to tell the story of an 8-year-old boy to bless the world. But that's on another day. And then we talked about focusing on your creativity as opposed to competition. Competition is not a part of our DNA. We focus on it because the world has kind of set us up to be that way. But that's not the way God created us to be. He did not create us to come on here and compete and fight and try to struggle and get and say, oh, you got this, I'm going to get this, this is what you have. No, he put us on here, billions of us, with the intention for billions of us to create. To imagine if billions of people engaged in creating, just create whatever it is that God has put in your heart. If your own creativity is by talking like me, I can talk for ages. Let's just be talking. If your own creativity is making stuff, if your own creativity is, I don't know, whatever it is, I don't know, whatever your creativity is, please put it to work and let it bless the world around you. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I am good. I am done. You guys can see I've been scratching. This hair that I did to come and make shakara for you people, this braids is hot. Texas is hot, guys. Texas is hot. What is it? Who did we offend? It's the summer and we are still hot. Who is this wants to join my Abu Sammy? Sorry, guys. I don't bring people on my Wednesday lives. I'm so sorry, Mr. Abu Sammy. Thank you so much for the request. We're about to round up tonight. Definitely, Mr. Abu Sammy, let me tell you what you need to do. Send me a DM and then you can be a guest on my live and we can bring you into the studio on another episode. We'll set it up. Send me a DM and I will connect with you and then we can actually set it up officially. That's how I bring guests on my lives on Wednesday. So unfortunately, I have to kindly and respectfully decline your request tonight. I am so sorry, sir, because we're about to round up anyway. So if you missed it, once I go off air and I post this video, you want to go back and listen to the message. And if I vibe with you, definitely give me a follow and send a DM to let me know you're interested in being a guest on my live, and we will make it happen. Yes, we're gonna make it happen. Bring you into the main studio. So if I bring you on Instagram, only few people will see you. But if I put you in the main studio, everybody on every platform is going to see who you are, know who you are, and hear about your story. And we can talk about it, okay? Thank you. All right, y'all, TikTokers, how are you, my people, my people? Thanks for the likes. For those of you that followed the host, y'all the best. Thank you so much. Hello, madam. Hello, Amadolas. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for viewing tonight. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. So it's been another amazing night, guys. Don't forget, like I always tell you, every Wednesday night, the only thing I need from you is for you to go over to my YouTube channel, Dr. OJ Speaks, and go subscribe. Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. OJ Speaks, and watch our videos. Leave a comment, share, like, let us know what you think. And most importantly, join our community. It's so great up in here, up in here. All right, guys, I will be back again next Wednesday as usual on our live. And don't forget to look out for our Friday show. This Friday show is going to be hot as well, just as always. So we're dropping it hot on the YouTube channel this Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Subscribe, turn your notifications on so you will be the first to know once we go live on YouTube this Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, y'all. Hopefully, I have served y'all tonight. I will be heading out tonight with another wonderful, let me see, what am I going to close out the show with? Let's talk about the king of my gifts. You talked about creativity, right? This video right here is just a summary of what I just talked about. Expressing your gifts. This was a video that I shot when I launched my second book in 2021 last year, The King of My Gifts. Available, by the way, on Amazon. So y'all go buy some copies, okay? Go read my book. Go read Dr. OJ's story. And that story is actually still being written, because I bet you there's another one coming up. There's another book in the works. But for now, read King of My Gifts and learn a little bit about something we call operating in your zone of genius with the king of your gifts, just blessing the world all around. The journey begins at birth. With the story already written, we are making our grand entrance into the world. Unknown, with abilities untold and gifts undiscovered. We are made for more. Made to reign. But as we peel back the layers from obscurity to relevance, we encounter various versions and options embedded in our vessels. We wonder and ponder as we strive to discover our ultimate talents within. Many times, we fail, fall, cry, and lose. But in the end, we are reborn through the fire and misery. As we rise out of the ashes like the phoenix, we rise to take our place on the throne. Finally, we realize we were royalty all along, living as peasants. We were born to rule and reign in life with the king of our gifts. to rule and reign in life with the King of our gifts. We were born to rule and reign in life with the King of our gifts. I actually wrote that monologue, and I kind of also I guess, yes, I performed it as well. And the video is so amazing. Wonderful, wonderful video created by Shabak. So, guys, listen, don't forget what I said. No competition up in here, up in here. No matter how tough the road gets, it does get tough, and it will get tough. Don't let me just, let's not even front. It gets tough from time to time. But one thing you have to understand is this: life is not for the faint-hearted. And for those people who cruise through life and they just don't want to go through the difficult things, well, I don't know. Those people are not truly living. So please live your best life, live your fullest life, create whatever it is that you were here to create. And when I talk about creativity, you don't have to own a business, you don't have to build something from scratch. You can create while helping other people build their dreams. Some people are called to serve that way. Some people are called to create solutions for companies to make those companies thrive. When you hear about Fortune 500, Fortune 1000, whatever, you know that there's human beings behind driving the machine. It's not just by accident. So please focus on creativity, not competition, and greatness will definitely follow. All right, y'all. It's been a wonderful night. I will see you guys again next week. Emoji TV, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Bookie Pepple, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night, and God bless.
She's old, yeah. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of our nature, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like you've been trying to help us. With it and bringing life to the dream. Yeah, so we are rooted and happy, and she's so, yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have, the OJ keep on seeing.